Hi guys, here we are. This is Friday and this is our design talk. It's Friday. How are you? So I see there are a lot of people already connected and nice comments about my music and my Strat guitar. Thank you very much, Leone, Ayush. Yes, this is I'm using a Stratocaster and you can see it probably in the back. If I do this, wait a moment, if I do that, maybe you can see it in the back, just there, my Stratocaster. Okay, so how are you? I am here today with this design talk that is almost on vacation time, so I guess there will be probably less people. But anyway, I would like to start talking to you just very briefly about some of the nice books I just received because I bought them and I wanted to buy since a long time and finally I did it. And we will talk a little bit about 3 books. And then there is somebody writing, Ayush, sir, watching your drawing techniques, I've started seeing a lot of improvements, sir. Well, I'm very happy, Ayush. Just keep on watching, follow, try to copy. But most of all, listen carefully to my tutorial because I explain things. And that way you can understand why I do things in a certain way. You have a Le Paul. Leon, I have one too, but it's in the back. It is a red sherry color, mine. Okay, cool. Hi, Sied. Ciao, Subrata. I'm fine, thanks. So I wanted to talk to you today. The topic today is going to be about car design jobs in general. Okay. Last time we talked about my first job interview. We explained a lot of things about this important first job interview meeting. And today I would like to talk to you about jobs, car design jobs in general. Even if I already talked about that in other design talks, today we're going to go a little bit more in specifics. Okay. Specific on some detailing so that you can have a better idea to understand what it really means to make a car design career. Hey Vikash, ciao. Don't worry, you are not late. I'm just starting, okay? Just starting. And anyway, I know that Ayush cannot attend until the end. It's okay, it's fine. Don't worry. You will find this video completely full live tomorrow, since tomorrow morning on YouTube with no problem on my channel. So let's talk a little bit about those 3 books I bought and I really liked a lot, because also from those books I personally learned few important things to get better. Okay, but transportation in general too, please. Yes, Arvin, don't worry, we will do it. Today it's gonna be a little bit of a mixed salad topics design talk. Okay, don't worry. So let's start with those books. So the first one is this one, which is a costume design, and I really like. I wanted to buy it because there is a lot of things going on in terms of creativity about this type of design business, which is costume design. And also car designers do this stuff, you know. So this book is very nice because, first of all, because I know some of the people that wrote it, okay? There are some really nice illustrations, as you can see here, you know, like stuff like that, for example, or stuff like that, you know. So this is very nice because it becomes a sort of inspirational book in which you can find a lot of interesting creative ideas and see also how detailing has been taken care of, how those designers that have been working on those on this book, on those illustrations, how is their process, you know, their design process. I just would like to make the names, to tell you the names of the designers that are in this book, which are really important people. So we have Carlo Arellano, Philip Butt Jr., Kevin Chen, Kate Christensen. Then we have Christian Cordella Anthony Francisco, Gerard Marantz. Then we have my friend Neville Page, with who I went to school. Then we have Scott Robertson, we all know, and we have Konstantin Sekaris. Okay, so those are the designers that are being interviewed in this book, and I really think that you should. Ciao, Francisco. And I really think, hi Abhishek, ciao Abhishek. And I think you should start thinking of buying good books, because with those books you get into a real cultural design thinking. You know, you learn not just by sketching and improving your skills, which is something you can do with me, with other colleagues that on YouTube or Instagram they show you some nice tutorials and explain things, as I try to do. But you learn also design and design process and design creativity, and how exercise your design creativity by reading and admiring those type of books in which very important designers, industrial designers, car designers, historical designers, or costume designers and UXY designers, they are illustrators for science fiction. They teach and they tell you how they do things, and I really find very interesting this type of books. So the first one, as we said, is costume design and illustration. Okay, so you find this on Amazon. All right, it's not very expensive. I think I bought it for I don't remember, but probably 25 years, or maybe less. $27. Okay, here it's written $27. So it's okay. It's a good price. Then we have another great book, and this is probably one of the best I have so far, which is How to Draw with made by Scott Robertson. A lot of people know. Of course, this is a great book because first of all, look what a book, you know. So here you can understand that this is a serious big book in which there are a lot of informations about how to learn how to draw cars. Now, this book made by Scott Robertson is something that explains things not just from a creative point of view and how to exercise the line quality and the stuff that I stress a lot in my sketching, but it is also about scientific way, let's say. I don't know if I'm using the right word, so I'm sorry for that. Scott, if you are listening to me, forgive me. But what is important is the way he explains the basics of design, the basics of shapes, the basics of drawing cars and objects. And this is the good thing, you know, that this is a part that I made on my ebook too. But my ebook is just a small ebook. Here you have a lot of those exercises in which Scott really explains to you correctly in a scientific way how you should do, how you have to make sure not to make mistakes when you do your perspective, when you make your wheels, your ellipses, you know, shading, stuff like that. It's really super well explained. It's not a case that he's an excellent teacher. And then of course there is also a little bit about aviation, you know, because as we know, Scott loves that, and of course it's part of his passion. It's coming through his book, and this is another important thing. I know a lot of good designers, really good car designers, that also have a strong passion for aviation. Okay, then there is a lot about storyboards, with which you really learn how to exercise your creativity. You know, one time I did a few of those on my ebook too, but here you really have the thumbnail sketching technique that is excellent. You know, I show you very quickly this page, okay, and there you understand that how he's using perspective, composition on page, positive, negative spaces, proportions, subject, focal point, all that stuff. And this is important. For example, you know, we have the 1 point perspective, you know, the very exciting perspective that is used a lot into science fiction movie or illustrations, which is very dramatic. It seems easy. It's not that easy. Yeah, there are a lot of things, you know. Right. My ebook, I'm making a special offer to all those that want my ebook. I can send to you by email, and instead of paying 14 years, you pay 7 years. It's a 50% discount on my latest ebook, which is full of everything. Okay, I don't have here a cover of my ebook, but I can tell you, if you want, you can send me an email. I put my email here. If you guys want my ebook, 7 years, and I'll send it to you. And I put my email here so that you have it. And you can also send me your sketches for Tuesday. Your sketch, my feedback, okay? When I give you my feedback on your sketches. Or you can also send your sketches on my Instagram profile. Okay, so this is my email. Okay, so if you are really interested about my ebook, no problem, for you 50% discount, because you are the people to who I am giving the email. Okay, the other one will go onto the website, which is lulu.com. I can show you here, lulu.com. You can type the keyword sketching cars, which is the title of my ebook. You can have a glimpse of it. Okay, you can see it. All right. Okay, so this is just the little parenthesis about my ebook. Okay. So, but I really want to go back to those beautiful books. Even this cover, the cover tells you a lot about how interesting and really passionate it's this book. It's going to be this book. And I didn't go through yet to all of it, but I'm very, very much struck by it. Okay? Now, there is another ebook that I already read and watched, and I suggest you to buy. First of all, this ebook from Scott Robertson, the cost is $54.95. Okay, $54. And I still think that you should have it. Okay, all right. So now another great book that I have, Abhishek, Luciano, I would like to hear your thoughts on H-Point Fundamental Card Design Packaging book. Yes, I have that book too. Where is it? It's here. Wait a moment. Let's take H-Point. H-Point is this one. This one is H-Point. Okay, I bought the latest version, and this one is also $54.95. Okay, after I will show you, I will talk about it. Okay, Abhishek, don't worry, I will tell you, because I already went through that book. Okay, so the other one that I really like is this one, Seed Mead. And if you don't know Seed Mead, you should at least Google the name of Seed Mead and see what he used to do. Okay, Seed Mead is probably the greatest futurist visual designer we had on Earth since 45-50 years ago. This guy it was, because sadly he's not with us anymore, or not on this earth, but in a better place. And Seed Mead, he's someone that was extremely talented since he was 3 years old. If you want to know a little bit more about Seed Mead, there is a video I dedicated to him when he died. Okay, it's called Tribute to Seed Mead. You find it on my channel. It's a 10 minutes video in which I talk about Seed Mead, and you can see also some of his work. All right, so if you are interested, you can go and check it out. And Seed Mead, so who is Seed Mead? Well, Seed Mead is a great designer that went through card design in Art Center, and then very quickly he understood that his vocation was more into science fictions. So Sid Mead start making all those beautiful movies, scenarios, and detailing stuff. And for this, I read Kata about your query, and I can tell you that there are some about $25, of course. For example, if we take the first book, okay, this one is 27. This one is 27. All right. But the other one is they are a little bit expensive. I agree with you. Then let me find another beautiful illustration page where you can see the value of Sid Mead. Look at this here. Okay. So those are all scenarios that were made for movies, okay? And there is a concept behind. It's not just an illustration or drawing. There is a real concept. For example, when he talks about the town, how futuristic town should be or will be. Look at this car. Now tell me, is this car contemporary? Look at that design. Now, this one was done in 1976. Can you believe it? So that's why they call him a very futuristic or visual futuristic designer. Because in the 70s, late 70s and early 80s, this guy was doing things incredible stuff. Let's go and check some other stuff that are a little bit more like this one. This is famous illustration, you know, from movie. Okay. All right. Yes, see it. Yes. And then here there is from a movie that we all know. You know, we all watched this movie. I watched also the number 2, the second one they made. Okay, so now let's go and check the list, you know, of all the movies he made, which it's here. Okay, so let's go and see. So the movie start the future. Okay, so we have Star Trek. Okay, Strange Days, The Core, Topeka, Aliens, and then 2010, the year we make contact. Be Little, Blade Runner. Blade Runner was the illustration I showed you before. They made two movies, one done in late, very recently. I don't remember exactly, but very recently. Ectopia, Escort, Elysium, The Jetsons, Johnny Mnemonic, Lunar Scout Commandos, Tron. Everybody knows Tron. Grand Odyssey, Mission Impossible 3. Short Circuit, Sound of Thunder, Schizoid, Sandblast. Sandblast is fantastic. Forbidden Planet, Yamato 2520, Blade Runner 2049. So he made the 2, okay? So, you know, this is another great book with which you can really see how people think and how people exercise their talent. Now let's come to H Point. Okay, this is a book that has been written, composed and made by 2 teachers from Art Center. One of them, Jeff Wardle, is my ex-director at Art Center Europe when I was a teacher. Jeff is a great friend. I don't know Stuart Macy, who is the other guy, the other teacher that made this book. But the good thing about this book is that it really explains to you, you know, how a car, in a way, how a car is made. From the first sketch, what are the hard points? Each point is, as you know, it's the main important point of the human body around which we construct a car, we design a car. So I would like to, the good thing is that this book explains every single segment of a car, explains proportions, explains technicality in terms of packaging, to explain to everybody, especially to people like you that were very, very young, that when we make a car, we have a package. And the package is where is the engine, how you make, where you put the seats, how much cargo space we need, how much, how tall or how low the car has to be, the size of the wheels. Okay, here, Francisco, yes, I agree with you. Sono d'accordo. Mais, Luciano, late to the party here. Did you show another book before seeing me? The point between. Yeah, it's yes, between Seed Mead, before I showed this one. Okay, Mais. Ciao, S29 Design. Ciao. This one, and then I also showed this one. Costume design and illustrations. But anyway, you guys, if you're a little bit late to this video, don't worry. You're gonna find everything tomorrow on this full video that will be, of course, online. All right. So the thing is that, as you can see from this illustration, H Point is a book that it's not just talking about, hey, come on guys, let's make a cool sketch. No, it's telling you how the DNA of a car is made, how you prepare all those ingredients, technical ingredients, and how that will affect your design, which is a reality, because it's exactly what we do at work. Okay? Ciao, Signation. Ciao. Here, for example, it's a design process, which is exactly what I explained to you a few months ago during one of my design talk. And that's very good, because you learn the process. You know, this, I repeat, this is done by two teachers at Art Center. Okay? They give some specs, and then they tell you also where you can cheat and where you cannot cheat. So this is also very interesting. Then once that they give you all this type of information, they talk about size, proportions. It's a little technical, but it's important to understand, you know. It's really important to understand how a car is made. And then I would like to go to the part where we find some sketches. Where are them? I saw before. Anyway, H Point, it's not a book in which you find lots of sketches. So this is something you have to know. H Point is a book that explains to you really how cars are put together. And it's very important for you to understand. I just want to pick up again that page, and after we will move on. Yeah, here. You see, those are sketches that you can make over package design, right? Okay, with those sketches, you can use package, and then when the package comes out, then you realize okay, that you can sketch over, and you find the right proportions. That's called package ideation. Okay, so those are the books about which I wanted to talk to you today as introduction. Bang and done. Ciao, grazie. To give you an introduction, very interesting, rich introduction to this design talk. And this design talk today, it's going to be about car design jobs, which is not just being a car designer for exterior and interior, but a lot more. Hey Ishant, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. Here I am. And here you are. That's cool. Okay, so first of all, when you go to school, all of you are dreaming to become exterior car designers, I imagine. A lot of you want to be exterior car designers, but not many of you think that you can go to school also to become interior car designers, which is extremely important today. It's going to become more important for tomorrow, because the way we are making cars, the way we are starting to conceive cars for the next 5-10 years, will have the interior environment really as the core element of the project. The exterior design will be almost a result of that. You understand what I mean? So that's why I say, when you go to school, don't be close on one thing. You know, I want to do exterior cars, I want to draw I want to design the next Ferrari, or I want to design the next Porsche. You know, don't be like that, because that's not good. Oops, I put N. Sorry, that's nothing. Okay, it just came out. So what I'm trying to say is that you have to think that in the panorama of car design environment, all right, we have several jobs opportunities today. In every car company, even in small design studios, is the same thing. So of course we can start saying that we have exterior design, interior design, which are the two main job roles, okay, in creativity about car design. And I know that 90% of you are exteriors, 10% will think probably I could do a good job on interior. I know that. But how many of you are thinking that I can do both exterior and interior without problems? And how many of you are thinking, you know, that because I do exterior and interior well, I have an extra opportunity to get hired? Yes, Ganda, that was for you. You understand? You understand what I mean? So, you have to understand, you have to think that when you are in school, you should explore as much as you can, not just in a monothematic way the exterior design and do your best to have a super exterior design cars. You have to make sure that you understand what it means also to sketch interiors, to design interiors. And also you should think, if I had to make an interior with a display, you know, something very futuristic, with new technology, how are going to be the graphics, the animations, and how you gonna sketch that? How you gonna represent that in your project? Because we are also looking very much today about UX, UI designers. And it's difficult to find a school that forms people only on UX, UI. But we know that now, lately, some car design schools are starting to show UX, UI attention during their courses. And this is very good. Replace the major. Yes, Arvin, the creativity is the main element, the main thing that all of us must have. With no creativity, we cannot access to that job, to that field. But at the same time, into that creativity, we can find several sectors, you know, several opportunities. And therefore today, compared to 10 or 20 years ago, you guys, you have a lot more opportunities. This is something you have to think. So how are you gonna take advantage of all those new opportunities? Andrea Caibugatti, ciao sir, un po' off topic, potresti parlare del master presente in Italia? Andrea, di questo ne abbiamo già parlato, c'è un video DESIGNTalk che sta scritto Bachelor or Master, what is the best choice? Ma comunque non ti preoccupare, adesso ne parliamo un poco, farò poco però dopo vatti a vedere quel video lì, perché lì c'è un sacco di informazioni in più. Patrick Chavan, actually this is a perfect conversation for me. I find it difficult to decide what exactly I want to do. I love the process of creating rather than the product I'm creating. Okay, so Pratik, in your case, you are probably more into management mentality, because you enjoy a lot in organizing and following things that are done, so that project it's accomplished in the right timing and it's perfect. Okay, basically the work I'm doing today at work. Okay, so that's probably more management. But before getting into management, you have to go through the creative part in school, because your management as a designer will be higher than the average of people, because you will use your creativity during your management. Thing that other people sometimes cannot do. They only follow Excel, files where it's written everything, or PowerPoint presentations, and for them it's just following instructions. In our case, when we participate to meetings, when we are managing projects, there is always that extra creative idea that sometimes breaks the rules, but makes possible some difficult things to appear, to happen. And that's something very, very good. So Andrea, I said it many times that for me and all the people that follow me, Andrea, se tu mi segui su Instagram, Luciano Bove 1, clicca e abbonati, anche qui, abbonati, che a me fa piacere e farà piacere pure a te. Anyway, for those people that follow me, they all know that I am in favor of a bachelor in transportation design rather than a master in transportation design. The reason is very simple, Andrea. A bachelor is between 3 and 4 years, in some schools 5 years. In master you have 1 year plus 1 year of exercising, preparation of sketching to see if you are eligible for the master level. This explains everything, explains that if you want to become a car designer, probably a master is not enough. And a lot of people that go to master at the end don't end up being designers right away, okay? Only few. Okay, I don't mind interior wheels. Maybe we'll have more dedicated wheel designers, or maybe that part will could to know you view on that. Only 3D models engineers in the future. Sì, ho visto, essendo un product designer. Ok, product designer, Andrea. Ok, scusa, non lo sapevo. Entrare all'OIED, la spesa di indecisione è tanta. Complimenti come per i tuoi. Ok, grazie. Allora guarda, tu product design è meglio l'OIED per me, per un motivo molto semplice, perché l'OIED ha un programma di industrial design sia a Milano che a Torino che è molto ben fatto, ok? Veramente ben fatto. Se tu avessi detto car design ti avrei detto SPD o IED erano uguali, però siccome product design, secondo me IED stai più tranquillo, ok? E grazie per seguirmi. Michelangelo, draw cars. No, I don't agree with you, but for one very simple reason, because we have other than UX UI design studio, interior design studio, exterior design studio, we also have today lab or product design, car design lab studios. And those studios, which we also have in Renault, It's a studio with designers, around 10-15 designers, and what they do all the accessory and products that are related to car design, like front the wheels, for example. Then they have all the new philosophy, front face, back face, with the lights. So everything is lighting design. All the technology that are with those lighting design that we can use to make a very nice lighting design, which is the signature or the light signature of any car today, which is extremely important. It's extremely important. Therefore, I'm giving you another job role as a designer, managed by a design manager and managed by a design director of the studio, that is very important. And then you have all the other projects, the extra projects that can be, for example, special edition of a car, in which we can invest some money in making new parts, and those new parts will be designed, okay? They will be designed by this studio. So, and they follow also the project from the beginning until the end. So, the whole design process. And this is very, very important. Then we have another job role, which is color and trim. A lot of people think that color and trim is something only for ladies. Not true. It's, first of all, it's a 50-50 job. There are guys and girls that do an excellent job, okay? My colleagues are doing fantastic job. And they are experts, not just, don't think just the color, because that's very, it's like a reduction of all their expertise and their capacity in being really highly professional. They work on the plastics, they know about the chemical, believe me, the chemical elements of the plastic to understand which is the best color composition in terms of material that they can use in order to have a very high quality color and finish on any type of plastic surface. They are experts for any natural material surfacing, because today, because of the green climate change and the green economy, we are investigating a way to reduce plastic. Therefore, we have to go onto the nature and see if we can use some of those materials that can be integrated, inside a car interior. Of course, respecting all the rules that any material must respect in order to be used, into a car. Okay. So, and then it's not just that, because color and trim today, it's also about a sort of a marketing graphics, type of job that is tied together with an interior concept. I give you an example. If you make a special edition with that will have a name like, I don't know, Francesca, the Francesca car, and the red is the main color. In interior and exterior, there will be a sort of an animation with maybe different materials, new textiles, there will be new graphics, and then you will also have new naming plates and graphics on the exteriors. Well, this time they also take care about that. And they have also the storytelling that goes with. So the color and trim people handle a lot of work. And it's a 360-degree work, because they are experts in paint, for paints, for example, painting composition and type of, and they can experiment in putting in the paint special pigments and parts, so that when you spray paint this on an exterior of a car or on a dashboard, you have a special effects that you could not have 10 years ago. And this is between design creativity and chemistry, So you have to consider all that too. It's extremely important. Let me read some of your comments. Any role for digital design? Now we'll talk about digital design, Ishan. Don't worry. Like others, yes. Naveng, sir, how to make self-car portfolio presentation? Well, you have to watch the video that I made last week. My first job, car design job interview, it's called. Go and check it out, because there I explain everything, but really everything, huh? So Navin, Kumar, go and check that video there. Okay, it is on my channel. People who are only involved in future concept or mostly the vision of company would love to know. Don't worry, Anish, if you're a little bit late. Don't worry, you can watch always this video tomorrow, full video. Okay, Michelangelo. Okay, now let's go to practic third question, which is about the future, or the futuristic designers that work on a vision. The answer is yes. I was part 10 years ago, for about 7 years, of one of those teams where we used to make special projects with special technologies, and those special projects had the special designs, and we made running prototypes, so it's investing a lot of money, because engineers, designers, people from product planning and marketing, they would make those projects together to create new scenarios that were presented, and still today presented, to the company boss. In that way, we can say that we can show to the big boss exactly what type of storytelling we can imagine for the cars to come in 10 years from today. This is something that has to be done, and therefore there is a special team for that. The Twizy, which is always this one, was one of my first projects that then came to production, that was part of that project or that team, you know. So this car was done with a very specific team that was not all the designers working on other projects. It was a specific team dedicated to this special project, which was the first EV car, city car of the new Renault generation EV cars. You understand? So yes, the answer is yes. And I can tell you that it's very interesting to be part of those projects, because of those teams, because there are a lot of different projects. You can have a small car, big car, autonomous driving cars, you know, did a lot of things that are really interesting, really new. And there is also another thing I would like to tell you. This type of design team requires specific type of designers. And there is a very good mix between young designers that have a very strong creativity because you are very young, and experienced designers and managers, like for example I was at the time I joined that team, because you put together, you know, the genuine creativity, which is very fresh, with the experience of people that try to capture that creativity, those sketches, the stuff, and then figure out how to make sure that we can still use that creativity and making it into a prototype, into a real car, with the mechanics that is working, the technology on board that is working, the cost and weight that is more or less in balance. So like a real project. And those are projects that you can make in a year and a half, you know. So this is a good thing, you know. It's a good thing. And this is for this special type of team. But there is also another team within the design studios that is exactly the team dedicated to concept cars or car shows, for car shows. Concept cars. That's another thing. That's another business. Ciao Matteo, buonasera. Grazie per essere fra noi. That's another role, you know. That one is really conceptual design, and it's a little different from advanced design team. Advanced design team, as we said, they do special projects. We start making the storytelling for what is to come. But advanced design studio, it's concept cars, show cars, and that's another operation because it is more related to company communication, brand communication, marketing communication, and also discovering a little bit how the company is changing for tomorrow. You understand? So that the clients, when they go to visit, like many times probably you did, show cars, auto shows, then you watch all those beautiful show cars, and you kind of understand or try to understand how that brand is evolving, you know, within the next few years to come. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of job roles. This is full creative job roles. But then we have other job roles in car design, and everything is, for example, everything that is dedicated or done by using digital technology in digital representation, like 2D or 3D virtual design. And the virtual design is a step during our design process. So at the beginning we sketch, then there is a time where any project will go through the digital timing, and the digital timing is made by digital design modelers. So this is another title for another job role. Good evening, sorry for being late. Hey Surab, we are talking about car design jobs in general, okay? So that's what we're talking about now. You're welcome, Pratik, you're welcome. So basically, let's go back. So I don't waste the logic sense of what I'm talking about. And basically, you have people working on bidimensional digital production, which is everything that is how can I say, that is needed, you know, for representation, to represent your project. But then you have also those that do virtual 3D, which is used for several reasons, you know, for several scopes. For example, the first one, the most important one, is to make the model. Because if you don't make a virtual model, you don't have any project. And the engineering cannot talk to you and take that model, virtual model, check it, and tell you where you're right or where you're wrong. So where you are right and where you have to modify. So the most important thing is that model. But with that model, you can do two important things. You can create 2D images in HD rendered, then you can do post-production, and you make a little bit of Photoshop to make a special effects in 2D for your presentation. But at the same time, you can use those virtual models to make virtual movies, virtual films. And this is extremely important, because there we get into a new scenario of new designers, people that what do? They create a virtual film with a given storytelling. Okay, there will be a designer, a manager. They will think about the storyboard. They make the storyboard, the famous thumbnail sketches with the car inside those scenes. Then we give all that job to this guy that with his computer, beautiful software, a little complicated, he is able to take the model and reconstruct according to your sketchbook in virtual 3D, I don't know, a town, a tree, a lake, whatever. And then he will make all the scenes with this car that will move, will do things, will open the door. Virtual people can come out. I made a video where I had the whole family coming out of video to express the idea of a family car and how they used to live inside the car. So what they can do inside the car, showing those people taking a coffee, turning the seat, you know, taking the steering wheel. You can do all that. And then you put a nice music. If you need some text, they can add some text. And then you make a video of 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes maxi. And then you can present that the day of presentation, so that people will watch that video to get into the storytelling. They understand what project they are looking at and what is the main objective of that project. After that they see that, then they can turn themselves. We unveil the models, you are all sitting, and then there is a PowerPoint presentation for every people presenting product planning, what they say about the project, engineering, explaining the technology, difficulties or easy things, the man or the girl of the cost explaining what is the cost and how they got that cost calculated about that project, everything. So that at the end of the presentation, between the big show and the real facts, that means the business, if there is or not a real business, the big bosses can take a decision and say, yes, we are going to do this project. And they can also, of course, criticize constructively and telling us, okay, but I don't like this, we should change here, we should change there, and we're going to apply modification. So when you do all that, you understand how many things we do into a car design job, environmental job, okay? There are a lot of roles, a lot of people, and every person has an important role. For example, there is still another one, and I will tell you, but first I read a little bit. Okay, Patrick, so should your portfolio also show your specific to like concept design? Yes, Patrick, of course, if you have a portfolio where you can show some alias stuff or VRED stuff, or you have a short video or one of your projects and the design is cool, why not? Put it in. It's an opportunity. Thank you so much, sir. Sure, see last video. Okay, Navin, great. Michelangelo. Off topic, I don't know what you can say about it, sir, but what do you know about it? Are you implicated? No, I'm not implicated. Will be good will to be learned, and so I can only tell you that I'm not implicated in that beautiful project. There are some excellent colleagues of mine that are doing that. It's another team, and those people are doing a great job on that concept. And if you want to know more about that, Michelangelo, it's enough that you go and search on Google or you go on LinkedIn and you will see a lots of photo information about that, okay? All right, so now let's go back. There is still one more role that I kind of forgot, but it's not the only one, there are others. But this one is very important today because of technology, because of virtual reality. It's the VR experience. Maybe not all of you know it, but we have the VR experience. A lot of design companies now it's being democratized since years. You put your nice device on your eyes and you see your car. That's virtual reality, okay? And that's what we do. And therefore we need a small team that is in charge of the virtual room, which has a nice space because you don't have to go against the wall while you have those particular type of glasses, okay, or goggles, and basically that's what it is. You have your project and you have to make presentations in virtual reality for work with engineers. Both of me and someone else with the glasses, with the pointers, and they will tell me, you see this part of the car, and it looks like we are next to the car, but it's virtual. The car is not there, but it's the real model that we are working on, which we are working on. Therefore, it's extremely important. Extremely important. It makes things so easy. If you want to make a section, it's very easy to make a section with virtual reality. You don't have to wait somebody to click with the mouse and do an operation on alias. You do just one click with your little thing there, and you can check the sections. And in the sections, you can see the mechanical parts and the design scheme. And therefore, you can say, well, here you are too close, here I need a better tolerance. This is, of course, when we are talking about a project that has already lots of details, okay? So it's not at the early stage, but I would say medium stage, okay? In between the beginning and the end. And therefore that technology helps us, and those things are done at design, not in engineering or somewhere else. Therefore, we have also the role of the people that manage the virtual room with all the technology, because there is a lots of setup to be made before the seance, the show can start. Okay, to make sure that the model is at the right place, that when you look at the model, nothing is strange or out of proportion, that is really sitting on the ground, that you can judge ergonomics, stuff like that. Okay, and then because we are talking about modeling, we don't have to forget the most important people to make sure that our designs, our cars, keep an extremely important and high quality artistic surfacing value, which is the best expression of a designer that is possible thanks to a real manual clay modeler. And clay modelers are, I would say, like the soul. They bring the soul to the model, because unless a model would be rigid, it would be stiff, believe me, because you can be as good as you want on Alias, you can be as good as you want on the VR and virtual stuff, and also in sketching. But if you don't have the good designer and the good clay modeler that with clay will give you the exactly right roundness of surface, the reflections, the lines, the proportions will never be the same, and will never be so sporty or elegant or excellent or whatever we are looking for. Okay, they will be just like robotic stiff surfaces. So the role of a clay modeler, just like Alias modeler, are extremely important in a car design studio, in any car design team. Therefore, you that going to school, if you think that your creativity does not allow you to get the car design hot shot, place, think about clay modeling, think about Alias modeling, because your title, your bachelor, your master will give you the opportunity to work into that legally. Therefore, you have to take advantage. Don't abandon saying, I cannot be a designer, therefore all my experience it's completely lost. Nothing is lost. Today I gave you a long list of job roles that we have, and then I can also add some other some other complementary jobs that always working in creative studios that do other things. For example, there are some interior designers that will never design the whole interior, but they are specialized on steering wheels, on knobs, they are specialized in air vents, and they know everything about those things. All the rules, all the technology, all the technique, everything. They know all the suppliers, they go to technical meetings, they sketch, they design, they do all that. And once again, that's another part of the creative role in interior design. But also in modeling, if we go back to modeling teams, you also there have not just clay models, you have also managers that are ex-modelers that become a little bit older, they have more experience, just like I did. They go into management, model management, which is very good. And therefore they are responsible for the quality of the model, the timing, the schedule, the design process, the model process, the supplier that is probably making some parts, the way the model is assembled, the way the model is completed. If the model has to go for a shooting with the marketing people, I don't know, in Spain, next to the beach, with the sunset, those people will follow the model because they are responsible for that model. Therefore, you understand that there are so many things that you can just, it's a mixed salad, as I said at the beginning. Car design jobs, car design environment, in terms of jobs and roles, it's becoming always more and more interesting, because there are more type of job roles compared to 10-20 years ago. I remember when I arrived in car design like 32 years ago, there was only exterior design, interior design, and a small team of color and trim, nothing else. Now look how many things, how things changed. So you should be very happy. Yes, Matteo, that's a good thing, because we really work with a lot of people together. Because if you have to organize a presentation in virtual reality, you have to contact another team. If you have to go and check for your project something that is about interior, then you will have the interior design team, and so on other things of that same project. Ciao, Joard. Don't worry, Joard. You lost a lot of things, but don't worry, because you're gonna find this this video, okay, full video tomorrow when you will wake up. No problem, sir. Is there any field related to headlamp design or stereo design? Headlamp design is included in car design. Stereo design, I don't understand what you mean, because we don't have any more stereo design. What do you mean stereo design? Explain yourself. Okay, hey guys, if you want to hit a super chat or a super sticker, or you want to send me a tip to buy me a beer, it's the moment, with my PayPal link down into the description. It's the moment. I go and drink some water. Okay? 1 minute. I'll be back. Less than a minute. Hit that button. Thanks. Okay, here I am. Ah, Ishan, the media player. Okay, I got it. Okay, media player, in reality today, when I told you there was this design studio that makes UX UI design, they also design the hardware, which means if you have a display that is doing this, okay, in your car, I don't know, whatever, they design that. They design with supplier the technology that is inside, the shape, the material, if it's all glass, polycarbonate, or if it's black, if they have buttons, or it's a touch screen, you know, that stuff is designed by the team UX UI design, HMI. Okay. Now, if you have other questions, it's the moment, because I think I said everything I had to say today. All right? Thank you. So today, this weekend, we have the Formula 1. And it looks like there is this sprint qualifying in a while. I know that in 40 minutes, I'm very curious to go and check it out, because I still didn't understand what it is. They just said that this is a better way to make a little bit more spectacular the F1. We'll see. Car exterior design softwares. Okay, Pratika, what do you mean? All right. Car exterior design software. All right. The speed meter also. Yes, Ishant, yes. Because today everything it's in displays, you know. And even if it were not on display, the let's say an instrument, traditional way with needles, you know, stuff, that would be the same team that would design that. But the software Pratik, the best one is Alias from Autodesk. Alias, Blender, you know, stuff like that. Reno, but Alias, Blender, VRED, those three are the key three ones that are 100% used by professionals. in car design studios. Okay, so if you stick to those three, you're gonna have a very good expertise or start of understanding why we use those and the reasons. You know, you will discover that all the beautiful HD. Thank you, Ngandang. Thank you. I got a coffee from Ngandang. Grazie, Paul. Thanks. Thank you very much. Very nice from you. Thanks. Ngandang Deep. Thanks. Cool. Very happy. And sir, there's something related to lighting design and car design. Yes, Isha, as I said at the beginning, there is a team that is specific for everything. It's lighting, you know, interior and exterior. They control. Thank you, Policious. Yeah, coffee from Policious. They control that type of design. They propose that type of design. Yes, exactly, Ishat. Also the remote key, yes. Alright, so anybody else want to offer coffee? Anyway, that's very nice. I thank you very much. Now it's 6:10 here. I will stay 5 more minutes. Andrea, prima hai detto che in futuro ci sarà un'università di interior design. No, anche adesso, anche adesso. Il percorso lo dire, quindi è possibile passare da exterior a interior viceversa nonostante il percorso di studi. Sì, Andrea, if you know how to sketch exterior and interior, it's already done. If you, while you do exterior, you start doing interior and you are good in doing interior, then it's fine. No problem. For example, I started as exterior designer in Fiat, and after 3 years, I sketched the interior. I tried because they needed some extra ideas, and I discovered I liked it. And then that interior was chosen for my project. Therefore, since then, I do interiors. And today, as a design manager, I am a design manager also for interiors. No problem. I have no problem at all. So it's up to you. It's qualifying just like normal qualifying, but tomorrow they will hold a race just like on Sundays. Be shortened. The position take the end will serve as a grid position on Sunday. And then why they do the qualifying together? If the qualifying of together are not used for the Sunday race, I don't understand. Those qualifying today, it's useless. I don't say no, but tomorrow they will. Okay, now I understand. Okay, see it. I read again. I understand. So basically, they make a qualifying for a short race tomorrow, and the race of tomorrow, according to the arrival, will determine who the grid on the real race. Okay, this is cool. It's like a Formula 2, I think. I think Formula 2 and 3, they do the same thing. Okay, good. All right. Okay, guys, I think I said everything for today. We are it's July, and it's already summer. So don't worry, I will keep on making my videos even during my vacation. Okay, probably 1 or 2 will be not live, will be just recorded. Okay, but don't worry, I will be present. And anyway, I hope that you all watched my first attempt on a tablet, on an iPad with Procreate. I'm having fun. I have a lot to learn because of course it's different than a paper, but I'm trying to apply the same, the same freshness I use in using the markers and pencils and stuff. The way I do it on paper, I try to do it onto the tablet thanks to Procreate's application, and it's not that bad. I'm starting to feel confident. All right, and I hope you watch the videos. Okay, so first of all, thank you, Policious, for your coffee. I'm going to go and drink it now. All right. Thank you very much for all of you. And we were almost 30 at the same time, so this is very nice. And now, because you like, because you like my, how can I say, my, wait a second, what I'm doing, yes, like that, okay, good. Because you like some of my music, now it's time to show you some of my music, okay? All right, so we will meet again Tuesday. Don't forget Tuesday, guys, okay? Tuesday I'll be there with your sketches. I already received some of your sketches, okay? So don't forget to send me your sketches before Tuesday, okay? That's it. So thank you. Ciao. Subscribe, put your like, share this video. It's very important. Thanks. Ciao.